What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I am your host, as always, Shosan, and I am damn happy to be here, you guys. This is an exciting episode for us for multiple reasons, but the biggest reason, this is episode 2? No,
152.
152. No, it's episode 100. 100.
Woo! It's our 152nd episode called episode 100.
Yes.
No, not we called 152 episodes episode 100, but you get what I mean.
I think we should every episode after this we should call it episode 100. This is our second episode 100. This is our third episode 100.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been around that long.
I can't believe it. When we first started this up, what 3.5 years ago now?
Yeah, just about.
I never thought wee'd be doing this for as long as we did.
And sometimes we actually have like 3 people that watch us.
Yeah, right. Speaking of,
and we love
Sirski, what's going on, brother? Welcome.
Sister.
Everyone. I don't care. All inclusive. She wants scotch.
Scotch.
So anyway, yes, you guys, welcome. What's going on? Let's go ahead and just press on like we always do with one of my favorite parts of the show, because I'm very distracted right now.
We're not going to introduce your awesome and illustrious co-host.
No, I'm so distracted right now because I have multiple things going on right now.
Hold on. Dan, say hi.
Hi.
And I'm Ron. Hi.
Hi. Okay. So now I don't have to backtrack. I was going to backtrack for you, but now I don't have to backtrack. Yes. Okay. So news.
Professionals.
Yes. All right. So again, I'm very distracted right now, and you guys can't see it, but right below my webcam, I have my iPod going because my computer can't handle streaming and everything else. But the Awesome Games Done Quick 2017.
Save the frames.
Full force speedrun right now, and one of my favorite parts of the GDQs is, of course, the Super Metroid runs. I love watching this stuff. They're in the middle of it. It's a 4-way race, 100% race, to be redundant, going on right now. But the biggest news, you guys, we have officially surpassed last year's record. They are now at $1,820,091.
That's absurd.
Last year's record was only 1.6 million, up to 1.8, and it's not slowing down. They might actually do 2 million this year.
Because this isn't the last run.
No, the last run is a game called Undertale. It's also the first time this has ever been done at a GDQ. It should be absolutely fantastic. And they are still raising money for one of the incentives for the final boss as to whether or not you handle the boss normally. And I've never played the game, so I don't know anything about it. Or there's like a pacifist ending where you like hug the boss or you give sympathy to the boss. And so they're raising money for that right now too. But on to Super Metroid. Sadly, this year, it looks like Save the Animals is going to win.
What?
And I'm a little heartbroken. Yeah, they're still in the lead.
What the hell is wrong with people? You don't save the animals. You save the frames.
Well, you don't even save the animals, right? Because really, you leave them alone. You never kill the animals. You just leave them alone, and then the planet happens to blow up.
Save them.
But you're not killing them, so...
I just Skin Tape commented in chat that Undertale speedruns are really fascinating. So I'm curious if you want to elaborate on that, what you mean by that. I'd be curious to know, because I've never
please do. Yeah, none of us have played it, so... But it will be tonight's finale run, so I really recommend checking that out right after this show. It's going to be really cool. If you guys don't know, go to twitch.tv/Games Done Quick.
Yep.
And you will see all the splendor that is speedrunning. It's amazing. Anyway, let's move on to a bit more news, shall we? Now,
a lot of news this week.
Recently, 2 days ago, I want to say, Nintendo announced a launch date for the Switch. Very cool.
They also announced something that people don't like.
Well,
Yeah.
it's Nintendo. Nintendo gonna Nintendo. So Nintendo Switch launching March 3rd, $300, which is pretty reasonable for a console.
$300 for what though?
So as we've seen, it's basically like a glorified tablet, right? But
Yep, tablet size.
I mean, think about like how much does an iPad cost, and what kind of a gaming capability does an iPad have? Now, granted, an iPad is more powerful in different ways, but overall, I think it's a reasonable price for what you get. It's a mobile system with a lot more power that can also do non-mobile stuff. So one thing though about it is that so Zelda's gonna be a launch title, right?
Yep.
Zelda's gonna be
the Wii U and the Switch at the
yes,
same time.
It will be on the Wii
I
U
got
as well.
something to say about that.
About what?
So the Wii U is going to be getting the Zelda game. Why do I have to buy a Switch?
You don't.
Yeah, well,
That's
that
why
was-
I'm not buying one.
Yep.
I'm buying it on my Wii U.
When the Wii or when the Switch gets an exclusive Zelda title or a Mario Party or something
Well-
that people always go gaga over with the Nintendo system,
They did
that's
announce
when they'll sell the Switch.
They did announce a new Mario though as well. Now they only showed a trailer for it. I haven't seen a date on it or what, but it's Mario, like Mario Galaxy and Mario 64, but set in a city. You're now literally jumping around buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a cool take. It's a new place, but it's still the same Mario we've always had for the last decade and a half.
And they'll play
Mario-
it at GDQ.
But Mario 64 was amazing. So if it's a worthy successor to Mario 64, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, but it looks like more of the same to me. It looks
But
like
Nintendo
Mario
is always more
Sunshine
the
and
same.
I don't know.
Hey,
So
come
I
on,
couldn't-
Mario! Come on! Mario Sunshine. If you just watch those races at GDQ,
Yeah, but I don't like playing the game. It's a cool thing to watch for what they can do, but I hate
Those
playing
races
the
were
game.
hype.
It's
Anyway, so
But anyway.
Zelda's going to be 13 and a half gigs.
which is insane. Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch is 32 gigs internal storage.
whoa!
do the
Whoa.
math.
No!
40
Why is that so bad?
40% of your
40.
internal storage will be used up by one game. Now, granted, this is if you buy the game as a digital download. You can buy it as a cartridge and not have to worry about it. And you can get a micro SD card and put it on that. However, I haven't seen anything that guarantees the speed of the SD card reader. And if you choose to get a SD cards have different classes. And if you get a class that doesn't read quickly, you could have stuttering and all kinds of stuff.
That's all well and fine, but why is it only 32
I
gigs of
don't know.
storage
You can put a
this day and
terabyte
age?
on a micro SD now.
Yeah, but if there's no question as to whether or not it supports it. Like one of my coworkers has one of the new generations of the Kindle Fire,
Mhm.
and even that has limitations. It only supports these speeds and
So,
up to these
I believe
memory.
it supports up to 256 gig. I haven't
Right.
seen anything totally determined on that, but
Sure,
it looked
yeah.
like it was that. So,
Skin tape here saying the Switch is going to stick to Nintendo's trademark no storage space, and that's why it will never succeed in the modern gaming world because digital purchases are the way to go.
Yeah.
Sad but true. Sad but true. I got to agree. Have to agree.
also, just to go back a minute, because I had asked Kintape to pontificate. So it says most of the same tricks for the speedruns that you have to get perfectly, but in Undertale, the battle system is different, and there's a lot of different speedruns that can be done, and they might do a genocide run, and because there's some insane battles. So that would be pretty cool too.
It will be cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward just to seeing the game
We'll
in
see.
general because I know it's like an indie thing.
Yeah,
So-
it's like a pixel game.
Yeah.
I know very little about it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
do
Sadly,
want to see for the Switch. Like, I didn't buy a DS for a while. The original DS was not that good.
I can sell you on the new DS right now. Mario Maker has launched on the new 3DS. Totally worth it.
Show you're like months behind.
I know, but that's a selling point in and of itself.
Okay,
Yeah,
but-
Mario Maker is a hype game.
What,
It's
what I meant-
fun.
well, I'm not talking about the new DS. I'm talking about the original DS when it first launched in like whatever
Oh, it's terrible.
2003 or something. The screen was dark. There wasn't a lot of game support. When they launched the DS Lite, they fixed like all the problems except for the hinge cracking, but that's a production problem. And it has a whole bunch of really great RPGs, and like Tony Hawk's Skate Park or whatever was good. Like the system was good, and so the Wii started out a little bit weak, and overall I think we had a pretty good game library. Wii U, not so much because there wasn't enough interest. But Switch seems like it might be a little janky, but it might come back and end up being really awesome. So I'm going to give it some time and wait for it to go on sale.
Wait for the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I hate to say it, but in truth, I'm with Dan on this. If it does prove to be really good, you know, if the developers start backing it, whatever, then yeah, I'll probably look into getting it at a much, much later date. But I'm not pre-ordering. One of the guys we have on the show, Dropkick, just pre-ordered all of his shit. He dropped, close to $900 on all of his stuff, you know, just to do this. But he's a Nintendo fanboy too.
He probably sold like 3 of his Magic cards and had enough money back.
Right. He probably did.
I could sell my top 3 and probably have enough, but I don't really want to.
Okay, this is funny. Mr. Fu says that him and his wife make fun of their Wii U on an almost daily basis, and they actually play catch with it.
Oh, Jesus.
Mr. Fu, if you don't want it and you're willing to break it, you can send it to me. I will pay you for the shipping because I've got a 3-year-old and I'd love to play the new games with him. So I'm totally serious. If you're going to just break it and don't care, I'll take it.
I will give it this, right? Playing to switch on the Wii U from the playing on my TV screen to playing on the tablet is usually pretty seamless. So it would be perfect for you because that way your wife can do whatever, watch her shows, and then you and your son can still keep playing. It would be good.
And further, like I can go take a crap and,
and keep playing.
My kid can watch. Like,
hold on.
Yeah,
this has got to be done.
I have to get you.
Can't you come up with something else?
No,
I mean that's pretty much the main reason why people still play Bejeweled. You know, you go take a crap, you play a little bit of Bejeweled. It's what it is.
Yeah.
I also had a little bit of Nintendo news that wasn't on here. Did you guys see that somebody figured out how to put all of the Nintendo games on that little NES?
No, but it makes me kind of want one now.
Yes, no, well, when I was watching the TAS speedruns here at the GDQ, they did hook theirs up to the new Nintendo, and they said that when they were trying to figure it out and how to exploit it to, you know, run some of these TAS games, it's just a Linux system with Nintendo's UI over it.
I am
so
not surprised.
It doesn't surprise me that they broke into it. Yeah, to do that. That seems very easy to do. I would imagine anyway. You know, just being a Linux system underneath.
Yep.
But did say like Wii U isn't that bad. Like it has
I like the console.
But if you have it, it's good. So it was kind of overpriced for what you get, I think. They just had some
very.
And I think Fu's going to go get some Guinness so you can get that piece.
I think Skin Tape is putting his finger on something that's very important when it comes to the Nintendo universe is all around innocent fun.
Mm-hmm.
No other system has more of those style games than Nintendo does.
Yeah.
Yes, but part of my issue is
earlier about like they're like, oh, I didn't like waving my hands around. I'm like playing like a first-person shooter. Yeah, like playing Metroid on it was a little bit weird. Like,
yeah,
it was trying to be a little too immersive. It was a fun game, but it was like, okay, I'm gonna pull this, and it just didn't follow your movements very well. But like Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, playing with a bunch of people at a you know, you're drinking and you're playing, and everyone's like trying, like it's just fun. It's funny to watch other people play.
Right. Now, my thing though is growing up, the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the 64, blah, blah, blah. Those were great consoles because at the time we were still getting together at me and my friend's house and we would sit down and play. Nowadays, my friends all have families. I have my family. We've all got our thing. We don't get together anymore. So you play these games online, but the experience isn't there anymore. And as much as the Wii U tries, or even the Wii tries to do their online games, the new Smash Brothers, stuff like that, right? It's still not the same. It doesn't have that appeal, that fun party get together that it once had. And that's my biggest issue with Nintendo. They're doing the same things, but it doesn't work anymore. At least in my opinion, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So no, it's to this day I can't even tell you the number of controllers that were broken on my behalf playing 007. Little GoldenEye.
Controllers that were broken on your behalf is an uncountable infinite number.
Yes. It's quite a few.
Yeah.
But those were good times because we were still together, and you don't do that anymore. So anyway, let's see what else. Magic the Gathering. Who's got this little bit of news? Because I'm not a Magic guy. So
one last quick thing about Switch and on a negative note about Nintendo. So they've got some kind of monthly subscription thing.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
And so you would get like NES and SNES games as part of your monthly subscription, which is awesome. Like that's a really cool idea. There's I think Xbox or PlayStation has that, where each month you just get a free older game. And Nintendo has like a shit ton of games that it could be Battletoads, it could be Ghouls and Goblins, it could be
great games.
There's a gazillion games that could give you like 2 or 3 of them a month. They have just an infinite supply. And it turns out that when the month is over, the game that they gave you goes away.
Yeah.
So you get to play that game for a month. Now, somebody came up with an idea that's like, hey, Nintendo, take all my money. So what if for $5 a month, you have access to all of NES? And for $7 a month, you have access to all of NES and all of SNES. And for $10 a month, you get N64. And for like $12, $15 a month, you get like every old title ever. And
that'd be awesome.
It's Netflix for games. And
I would totally do that in a heartbeat. If Nintendo did that, I would be there in a heartbeat. I love their games.
So I would love to go back and play the F-Zero series, for instance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that series.
So they would make more money doing that than trying to sell all their virtual console.
Yeah, just the classic Final Fantasies. Go back and even just play the old Mario, for Christ's sake. Who doesn't want to just go back in and play a little Duck Hunt every now and again? That would be fun. That would be great. I'm all for it. But yeah.
Awesome.
So the Magic thing, I was hoping Dropkick would be on here
me too, because I'm not a Magic guy. So
they've updated the restricted to the ban list. So there's certain cards that are allowed in certain formats for Magic. There's the format that like lets you use every card ever. There's a format that lets you use every card that was printed since like 2000 something, early 2000s. I don't remember what date it was, but it's been a number of years, but every card since then. And then there's a format that lets you only use cards that are in like the last year and a half or year, something like that. And the restricted and ban list got updated, and a bunch of modern, standard, vintage, legacy, whatever. There's a bunch of names for them.
Skin Tape knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, Skin Tape.
Yeah, he's all over it.
Some of the cards that were pretty popular got banned because they're basically like overwhelming. Like they were getting really expensive because everyone had to have them, and all the decks focused on them. So it was kind of boring. Like it was like a meta that was, if you weren't playing this, then you weren't winning.
But of course, you had to drop thousands of dollars to, to get it.
They weren't that expensive. Like these weren't like crazy expensive, but they were
still
to get, and they were it was ruining the meta of the game, right? Like
Right.
usually there's 4 or 5 decks that dominate, and everyone's got their little tweaks that they do to it. But it's strong against 1 or 2 of them, but weak against the other 1 or 2 of them. So it's kind of balanced, and just depends on who you play against. Anyway, so they updated this list, and usually it's just like, well, that fucking blows, right? Some people paid a couple $100 to get 4, like a play set is 4 cards. You can have up to 4 cards of any given kind in your deck.
Right.
And so usually people are just shit out of luck. Well, there's a store in Brazil that is one of the biggest stores in Brazil. And they announced like a day or 2 after the new list came out that you can come in and they will fully refund your purchase at your purchase price in-store credit. But I mean, if you're going there and buying a couple $100 worth of cards, you're going to spend more there anyway.
Yeah.
But that I wanted to bring that up because I think that is awesome.
It is a great idea. Yeah.
Thing, because they didn't have to do that, because you're at risk at any time that any card could get banned, or you could get your card in and then see there's a scratch on it that they didn't say was there or whatever. Like there's all kinds of things that can happen, and they don't have to do anything.
And a lot like what you said, man, if anything, it can only breathe more life into this game.
Exactly.
And it can only bring this company more business, just by doing that. So that's a brilliant thing, dude. Go for it.
Great customer service.
Yeah. And I recommend it for anybody who's interested in playing. It is getting easier and easier to get into the game, as long as your local game store is good. A lot of people, and if you have multiple game stores, if you went to one and had a bad experience, go to a different one. Sometimes certain people frequent one and not another, and you get people that
are people.
Yeah, you get exactly the
our
kind of people
town
that you would say, oh, that guy who goes and plays Magic. Like you get some of those guys who haven't showered in a while.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, in our town, we've only got one game store,
right?
But those of us who go there, right, we're all on first name basis. It's a great store. They have high standards, but they are scraping by only because we're in a small town and there's not a lot of us.
Yeah.
I guess you could say nerds out there that really like playing.
You should support your local game store.
Yeah.
Go try like a pre-release is actually this weekend. If you want to go try out the new set, it's like $25. You get a bunch of free cards. You get a bunch of cards that you then keep. You play in the tournament with those cards. You'll probably find people that will help you build your deck.
Yep. And our tournaments out here, even as small as they are, it's always hype. Like I don't even play the game, but I love watching these tournaments. It's a lot of fun. Really is. And I usually end up buying something. It might not be Magic or whatever they're doing, but I still end up.
Or go play D&D,
or
go buy Ticket to Ride or Carcassonne or Catan or any of those. Like go buy something. Go support the game store. If you throw $5 at Steam a few times a month, go throw $5 at your local game store.
Yeah, perfect. So, anyway, all right, okay, you guys. So. Do you guys watch late night talk shows and stuff like that?
I
the Late Show
every once in a while you see something interesting. Like who does the mean tweets? Who's the one that does the mean tweets?
I don't know. I don't watch
think the mean tweets are amazing. Those are so
Jimmy
funny.
Kimmel. I think it's Jimmy Kimmel.
That might be Jimmy.
In fact, we did a commercial about that.
We
kind
did.
of parodying that. It was hilarious about Twitch instead of Twitter.
Those were good. Yeah. Well, anyway, one of my favorites, though, that some of these late night shows do, Conan has been doing the Clueless Gamer series.
I saw him do the one with PewDiePie. I watched that one.
Yep. I watched that one. I watched the one with some of the football players that he's had. They're amusing. They really are. And, of course, they really are clueless, man. These guys have no idea what they're doing.
Well,
you think by now maybe Conan would know where the A button is on an Xbox controller, but he doesn't. Like, not a clue. Well, anyway, this got so big that they're actually getting a full series about this.
Oh, no.
Well,
yeah.
They were green-lighted for a series. If they're going to make a whole season or what, I don't know. my opinion on this is it could be good if it like they set it up right, but I don't think it works as a full series. It works as
No.
a segment once in a while on a
Yeah.
show. But like
Yeah,
every
that's
week
that's the thing is
watching-
that you get
Yeah.
like a 5-10 minute segment, and this is going to be like a half-hour show. It's like,
yeah, like a half hour of me cringing at someone playing a game badly.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to work, which is
Yeah.
sad.
I mean, really, if you want that, just go find a random Twitch channel, not ours, because we're awesome. But let's be real, right? There are a lot of stupid
Yeah.
shit that goes on out there. You could do this, and it's a lot more entertaining because you could just close the window or move on to another stream. Instead, 30 minutes does seem a bit much.
Mhm.
You know, you can pad it out all you want. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Penth. As much as I love that segment, I don't see it being a great thing.
Yeah.
But you never know. Hey, maybe they'll pull it off.
Mr.
Anyway.
Fu says he just likes watching old people react to games on YouTube, which I am all about. And speaking of, barely
You can't
related
use
to-
the word react. Remember, that's copyrighted, sir.
No, they decided not to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Good. Idiots.
So there was a video from Fine Brothers. I admit I watched it, but it was like teenagers listening to songs from the 90s, and they didn't know almost any of them. It was ridiculous.
I heard about it. I hadn't seen the video,
The
but
one that most of them knew, which was awesome, was Creep.
really, Radiohead.
Yeah, they knew Radiohead, but like they didn't know Macy
That's a
Gray,
good one to
Christina
know.
Aguilera, Counting Crows.
Oh,
Yeah,
the classics. You
I
know,
can't. When
if
we
I
were-
heard an Alice in Chains song on there and nobody knew that, like I would
I'd be
probably
sad.
cringe.
I would
when
be
we-
sad.
Think about it. When we were in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
The 70s were 20 years ago.
yeah.
And so when we think of 70s music in the 90s, that's how long ago. 90s music is now as far back as 70s music.
Fuck, that's 90s or oldies.
Yeah,
The
I
90s
know.
are oldies.
Oh.
it's crazy. Well, and even my wife, we were listening to the radio, and one of the new Metallica songs came on. And fortunately, you know, I listened to it enough. She picked it up. She goes, "Is that Metallica?" I said, "Yeah, it's a new album they came out." She goes, "They're still making music?" Whoa!
Leppard
They're
and
not that
Poison are on
old.
tour.
Hang on.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, well, they are,
With
but
Tesla.
they're not right. Well, even Def Leppard just came out with a new album, and they're on tour.
Right, that's
They're
what I
doing
just said.
another huge tour. It's
The
crazy.
pills are kicking in.
They are, but and I'm watching the stream anyway.
So
That's
also,
all the news we got.
One last thing that I just saw, and show you'll be interested in this.
Uh-oh.
So Starry Expanse, which
Yes.
is a project to turn Riven, like to basically re-release Riven, a group like with the blessing of Cyan, they're basically redoing all of Riven, retexturing, reprogramming, but just remaking Riven.
I've been excited for this.
They added 7 people to their team
Ooh.
just recently, and they're promising one update per month for 2017 to say what's up and what they're working on and stuff. And they posted some images of things they've been working on, and they look really good. So
You're gonna have to send me that link. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to check that out,
Nice.
definitely. So that's awesome. That's awesome. That's still one of my favorite games of all times. Always will be.
fucking fire marbles. Anyway,
Anyway, bit of an
Games.
update. So,
games.
well, no, hang on. So the Super Metroid run,
Mhm.
they are now in, they're now in the final sector. For one guy's actually Zost, the runner-up to the world record. He is now getting ready to fight Mother Brain. So
Okay.
we're minutes away from the
Yeah.
end here, guys.
Very cool.
Minutes away. Question is, are they going to save the animals? Anyway,
Hope not.
Yeah.
Jeez.
let's move on. Games.
Games.
All right. Penth, what the hell have you been playing, man?
So I got bitten by the Diablo bug again.
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
I started the new season, and I really want that extra tab because
I do too.
of OCD, and I want to organize my shit on my non-seasonal ones better. And it's fun. I haven't played a Demon Hunter in a while. I'm playing the Shadows Mantle build, which is very different. Like last time that I played Demon Hunter, I did the multi-shot with UE6. And
Yeah,
basically, like you drop your things and just multi-shot and clear the screen. This one is you're kind of squishy, but if your impale has like a 40,000% damage multiplier. So like I can 1 or 2 shot almost every rift boss, but I have kind of a hard time with trash. So I just run around looking for elites and kill them.
It's a good way to do it.
It's fun. So I'm trying that out. Yeah, Skin Tape says he's going on a Uliana's build, so for a monk. And also this past week we were talking about Magic. I met up with some friends and played a couple hours of Magic. One of my friends built was called a cube. It's like you basically take a bunch of cards that you own either yourself or as a group, and you make a pool. And it's a bunch of random cards that some of them work together to create, like, you basically take a bunch of possible decks and you mix them all together. And then you create packs of it's instead of buying new cards and you doing a draft with new packs, you have your own cards and you draft your own packs. And so like you take a card, you pass the pack, you take a card, you pass the pack.
It's kind of a cool recycle method.
Yeah.
Right. And so each time you play, the packs contain different cards. I mean, to an extent, right? There's only however many cards in your cube. We have, I don't know, a couple hundred. But each time you see different cards, they're in different combinations. The first couple that you see are different. So you pick things differently and you end up with a different deck every time. But you don't have to go out and buy cards at any point. So we have what's called a Pauper's Cube, which is only common and uncommon cards. So it's relatively cheap to put together. And you don't end up with any person having like super overpowered stuff either. So overall, that was fun. I won a couple games, lost a couple games. Yeah, I'd recommend it for anybody who wants to play some Magic and doesn't just want to play kitchen table. Oh my God, cat, shut up.
Right? That cat is like off the hizzle.
I'm telling you.
Can I just show you how I want to see if you can see my other cat over here?
Uh-oh.
Can you see him like?
Yeah.
He's not.
Peeking.
That's not the one making sound.
Yeah, I can see. It's just kind of like chilling.
He's just chilling on this, like looking at me from the side of the.
Peeking over the side. That's pretty cool.
That's it.
All right. So, real quick, my man Zost is in the lead. We're getting ready to see if he's going to save or kill the animals.
No one's died yet?
Attention yet? Well, yeah, he's running. It's the final run. So I'm gonna keep you guys on hold. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, I mean the race, the 4-way race, right?
Yep.
Last year we had 3 people die.
Yeah, he's on the escape right now. Everyone's still alive.
Okay.
One guy is just now finishing up Mother Brain. The other guy is on his way. So 2 people are on escape right now. Oh, they're having to save the animals. Son of a bitch.
God damn it. What is wrong
It's official. Yep. They just saved the animals.
Frames, you idiots. Oh, okay.
But on the upside, Zost is going to win this one. It looks like an hour and 17 minutes for a 100% run. So good man, Zost. Yep, former world record holder.
I might not get out of the first area in an hour and 17.
You're right. Yeah, I love this game. It's still one of my favorites, but there it is, 116.22. So anyway, yeah, good man, Zost. So on mine, since I'm already talking and, whatever, haven't been doing anything really as far as gaming except for Elite Dangerous. Still playing the living crap out of Elite Dangerous. I love it. Sadly, though, my joystick has died more or less permanently.
Did you throw it?
So I got a cheap entry-level HOTAS, right, from Thrustmaster.
New or?
The sensor
is it new?
It's on it. Yeah, brand new, right off Amazon. The vertical sensor that's on it completely
the hat switch?
Broke. No, out of the up and down on it, right?
Oh, what?
The sensor that's in there broke out of the housing and had popped out. So contact Thrustmaster, and I'm still dealing with them. They wanted
Mhm.
pictures of what exactly I was talking about, copies of my Amazon receipt. So I'm dealing with them, but I finally said fuck it because it's taken them forever. So I have a Logitech Codus coming soon, so I'll be able to play something decent now.
Cool.
Nice.
But yeah, still playing the living shit out of that. Besides the aliens, we have recently discovered some new human settlements on these way out planets, but they're completely lifeless. There's no power. There's no anything
Weird.
going on. So yeah, we're
That
trying
puts
to
some
figure out,
story in.
are they placeholders for upcoming content, or is there something more serious going on? And of course, the developer is very tight-lipped right now, which is awesome. I like that they're doing that. It keeps the suspense up. But anyway, that's pretty much all I've been doing. So, Mr. Runckley.
Hang on to your butts. There's been a lot going on in the past week. Of course, been playing Screeps. Yesterday, I took out 5 players at once.
Sweet. Good
He's
on
a
you.
bitch.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was kicking some ass. So, for those that don't know, that's a JavaScript programming game. It takes forever to get anything done in that game, and it's starting to become an idle game for me. But
Is it really?
every once in a while, I'll think of something. I could improve this or that, and go in and start doing some coding. And if somebody shows up near me that I don't want near me, I go take them out. Well, a novice area opened up. I went in and took everyone out. So, bye, guys. Spec Ops: The Line, I played that on Wednesday. And of course, Wednesday has been awesome. I call it
How's
Wild
the wheel
Wednesdays.
working?
The wheel's been pretty good.
Yeah.
And basically what I do is I put all the Steam games that I own on a wheel that I haven't played for a certain amount of time and haven't played in the last 2 weeks. And the first one I got was, in fact, I got this last week, but couldn't get the game to load, and I fixed it. So Spec Ops: The Line was the game I played, and I don't know, I didn't like it. Don't get me wrong, I liked the story portion of it, but I didn't like actually playing the game. So I only played it for like half an hour. Moved over to Crash Time 2, which I've played before. It's a fun. You're playing cops, and you have various things to do, but you're in this like car that can go like 200 miles an hour, and it's really good racing game, I think. And ended up landing on The Ball from the Potato Sack. Played that for a little bit. I never played that outside of the GLaDOS level.
Oh God, we got a kitty.
And that was so. I don't know. The game was just like so weird. So I played like the first few zones of it, and dancing cat over there.
I hope your cat still has claws.
Yes.
You're gonna figure out that was a mistake real quick.
And then the last game I played The Ball for like an hour. I was actually enjoying it. But I played one last game. Have you guys heard of Camera Obscura?
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
I picked this up with another game that I saw another streamer run. It was in this developer bundle, 4 games for like $2. You couldn't go wrong. So I went ahead and played it, and it was really good. That game was, and then Camera Obscura was part of it, and I started playing that. That is such a relaxing game. I was enjoying myself in there. It's a lot of fun. So Camera Obscura that's a recommended game. I would definitely go check that out. I tried to play some Sub-Level Zero. I was so rusty, I only finished 1 run in 3 hours.
Oh man, yeah.
I couldn't. It was just like everything was wrong. I couldn't figure out what I was doing. So I'm gonna probably try again tomorrow.
If you don't practice, you lose it.
Exactly.
So.
I'm going to try again tomorrow on my 6th Degree Twitch show. So we'll do that. Death State has taken up a lot of my time. I am still enjoying the hell out of that game. I've unlocked all but 1 character, and I'm trying to figure out how to beat freaking hard mode in this game. It is, and they're not kidding. This mode is freaking impossible. I have yet to get past the 3rd zone out of 4. So it's and on a normal game, I can win them like all the time. So it's not all that hard. Descent, in addition to playing DCL, we had another episode of The Observatory today, which is where we watched Descent in observer mode from outside the level. Jedi Luke is dominating this season. He finally got to go up against number 2 Cyrus, and he destroyed him 20-5. I mean,
Ooh.
it wasn't even close.
That's brutal.
To be fair, it was in Jedi Luke's level choice, but Cyrus
Okay,
is,
but still.
man. There were some great matches as always. We had one of the older players come back and play for this episode, which was
Mhm.
really cool. And he put up a great show. It was a lot of fun. And next week is the final week of the qualifier. So if you want to play Descent multiplayer, twitch.tv/Ronclay, Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific. And then the following week we'll have the knockout tournament. So it's going to be fun.
There you go.
And then finally, of course, Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yes.
2 really cool things happened with that this week. First on Monday, or Tuesday rather. I went on and I was like, I have a lot of times that are really bad. I'm going to play this for 3 hours and beat some times. Well, 1 hour into the stream, I had beaten 4 of my characters' times. There's 10 characters.
Nice.
And then the power went out.
Oh no.
And it
Oh.
stayed out for 6 hours. And I never got a
Oh.
chance to get back in. But I made up for it because today they the Crypt of the Necrodancer Online Racing League, aka Condor, had a event called Puzzdoor 3, which basically people submit these custom-made levels and you
Mhm.
try to solve them as fast as possible. You're looking at the winner of Puzzdoor 3, bitches.
Yes.
Hell
Very nice.
yeah. It was
Very
close
nice.
too. There's a European guy, Taraka, who was 3 points behind me. But I mean, it was a very fun event. Some people are creative as hell with their levels, and it was a lot of fun. Aside from that, outside of that, I am actually doing a weekly stream I call CodeShare, where I'm basically programming stuff. I do it usually for 4 hours. I'm going to be doing an extra 2 hours on Monday. It's every Monday. It's around 6 p.m. Pacific. I give it a start. If you're looking for stuff that you need coded, stop by.
Right on. Yeah. That actually sounds pretty cool. And I'm almost a little ashamed to admit it, but there was a guy I was watching. He was programming a game from start to finish in C++, and it was brilliant while I was watching it. And sadly, somehow, I just kind of stopped. I think that was during a deployment or whatever. And
Yeah, you showed us that.
yeah.
I remember you showed us that. Yeah.
What the hell was it called? Damn, no, I can't remember. I have it.
I don't know what
I
it's called
donated
either.
to the guy. So I'm looking. I need to go back in there and see where his game's at because
Yeah,
I'll get a
absolutely.
free copy of the game just because I donated and gave to him.
cool.
But it was really cool, and he explains it as he's coding. I'm doing this for this reason, and okay, now I need to go back and change it because this, and it was really insightful. It was really really cool to watch this game literally develop in front of you.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I do. Basically, what I'm doing is I come into an episode with an idea as to what I want to do, and like this week, I'm going to be working on some Descent stuff. A dedicated server network is what I call it, and but people will stop in from time to time, and they might have a question, or they might have something they want to get coded, or something like that, and I'll stop what I'm doing and take some time to figure out what their problem is and see what we can solve. And it's a lot of fun. And I've actually had a couple people stop by last 2 weeks and helped one guy out figure out how to do image exports from a canvas. And this one guy just wanted some general information about how to lay out a project. It's nice. It's nice to be able to have those kind of discussions with people. And
I got one for you then.
yeah.
What exactly is a JSON? JSON.
That's the guy that comes to kill you. That should have came to kill you yesterday.
Oh,
because
fuck.
yesterday was Friday
Okay.
the 13th. No,
Well,
JSON.
he keeps coming up with bugs in one of my games. So.
JSON is a data format.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
like
it's an
XML.
Elite Dangerous. They're like, fix this JSON thing. I'm like, I that means nothing to me. So, thanks for putting it in your patch notes. Doesn't help me at all. So, anyway, all right. So, I think that's about it, unless you count my favorite part of the show, you guys. This is the 6 Gaming Roundtable.
The part of the show where we actually don't have a table that's round.
Not one, actually.
Not
Mine's
one.
kind of like L-shaped. It's
Yeah,
weird.
mine's L-shaped too.
I'll
Yeah.
take my computer over to my round table someday.
You might have to do that.
Dan
So-
Dan owns the official Six Gaming Roundtable,
Now,
along
let's
with a copy of Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015, which is
I
the
don't have that.
official
No one bought it
game.
for me yet.
of
Nope.
Six Gaming. GG.
Okay, so I closed my browser inadvertently. So, do we
That's
have a
awesome.
question this week?
We do, and I like the question.
I thought we would. I knew we would. What am I saying? You guys are on it.
So we talked about the Nintendo Switch earlier,
Yes.
and how it only has 32 gigabytes of storage.
Yeah.
Is
My
less
phone
storage,
has more storage.
Is less storage a good thing because you get less choice fatigue?
Mm.
And I saw that. I was like, you know what? Because
That's
I
an
have that
interesting
problem on my
question.
iPhone. My iPhone has 32 gig of storage, and I have to pick and choose what I play. I can't just I can't just download everything that I want and
Right.
go and play it. Now, what this does for me is that any games that are bad that I don't like, I just get rid of. It's
Right.
not like a Steam library.
Right.
You don't
Mr.
keep it
Fu
on-
says no. Just no.
right. You keep only the things that actually matter, because I'll get a game and I'll be like, I don't play it much, and I want to get rid of it because I want my space back. Whereas on my computer, I've got terabytes, and so I can download games, and it's like, I don't feel like deleting it.
Or worse, buy games that you never play.
Who does that?
Now, that's where I got to split, right? So my issue is, right, I'll buy games and I won't play them, but I will install them, because at some point I know that if they're installed, then they're in front of me and I know to play them, right? And I'm going to
Doesn't
go,
work for me.
well, I don't feel like playing this right now. Oh yeah, that's right. I downloaded this. Let's go ahead and play that. I like having all these titles. My Xbox is a really good example. I have Killer Instinct installed on there. Every now and then, I'll go, let's play this. It's already right there in front of me, or Halo. I haven't done this in a while. Let's go ahead and play this. It's already there and it's available.
But
I
have to-
like having a lot of storage, because then it is there. It's a convenience thing.
I'm looking at my Steam library right now, and in the first 10 games, there's 1, 2, 3. That one's got some time. 4, 5. Well, that one doesn't count. 5, 6, 7, 8 games out of my first 10 games I played for 2 hours or less.
Yeah.
Totally haven't gotten the value out of them. I don't.
No, not for 2 hours.
Probably the one exception in that list that's got 11 hours, so never mind. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just out of the first 10 games that I just.
Well,
That's part of the reason I'm doing Wild Wednesdays, so I can get to these games. Now on the iPhone, it's like if I play a bad game, I can just get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, it's like right now I have a game that I need to play, or that I'm going to play, called Rebel Galaxy. I got it. It's kind of right up my league. I've watched videos on it.
I've got
It's
that
installed. I just need to play it.
I feel like it might be Poor Man's Elite Dangerous based on the.
It is. It is. But that's why it inspired me. I'm like, I want to try this. I want to play this. So it's there when I'm ready to play it. So I like having the extra storage. And in fact, on my Wii U that has so little storage, I went and I bought one of those external hard drives, the tall ones that stand, vertically or whatever. And that's plugged in so that I can install all my games and I can just play them. I don't have to pick and choose because I've already got all the games I want to play on it.
Yeah.
And so I like having that. And I kind of dislike having to go and buy external storage just for that console. I like having the extra storage. And in fact, I still applaud Xbox for saying, hey, we're going to release the Xbox One in a 1 terabyte version. Brilliant. Great for you guys, because I don't have that opportunity. So I do have to kind of pick and choose. Granted, I have 500 gigs and that's not any small amount, but That's cool, and I like those sort of things. So yeah, I think more storage is always good, absolutely good. Do it.
Cool.
Wait, taco salad ham team, which sounds delicious, by the way.
Oh man,
That's an
ham.
interesting name. I haven't been reading chat. What the hell is going on?
Oh,
Acid Reed, who played
I want some food.
Arcade.
Arcade. I know that Veg
No.
and Coles have both played that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played that. And he also wants to know if he played Skyrim, which I'm surprised that Iran never has.
course.
But
No,
you've
I
played-
have
you've
not.
played
I've
Skyrim,
never
right?
gotten to Elder Scrolls.
Oh, Ron, if you're gonna do it, I would absolutely start with Oblivion first. It's easy to get into. You don't need to. Okay, so the Elder Scrolls games, there's like an overarching story to them, sort of, but each one is more or less independent of each other. And so Oblivion's a great way to get
Kinda like
into it
Final
because, well, they explain. Yeah, it's basically a lot like Final Fantasy, but they explain kind of little things about the overarching world and everything, but it's still a great way to see exactly what everyone's all about.
Overarching.
Yeah. Overarching.
Overarching.
Whatever. Well, it's like one of the heavy metal bands I listen to. It's Arch Enemy or Arc Enemy. Who cares? They're a good band. It's always Arch Enemy to me, but
It's definitely Arch Enemy.
Thank you.
I'll look that up.
it's Arch Enemy. Anyway, yeah, dude, you got to get into that one, Ron. That's a good one.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, is that all we got for tonight, or what are we thinking? Final
I
words.
mean, that's all I had. I mean, I don't know. Space can be a good thing if you have a lot of it. You just gotta watch out for clutter.
Space is big. Really
Space is
big. Like, you
I wanna
wouldn't
go
believe
space.
how huge
Let's go
space
space.
is.
I want to get to space. Space.
Like, you think that it's a
Right in
long way
space.
down the
Go
road
to
to
space.
the chemist,
Go to space.
but that's just peanuts to space.
Space.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has this to say about space.
That's the problem. I got fucking Portal 2 in one ear and Hitchhiker's Guide in the other. I don't know what to do.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Taco Salad Ham team
All right.
is apparently asking questions about Skyrim.
But I have no
Or
idea what the answer
trolling.
to our.
I'm not
Or
sure.
troll.
I don't know either.
Said they're Brazilian. Don't know. It's the internet. It might just be a dog typing in a keyboard.
It could be.
It
could be.
a
It
chat
could be.
bot.
Well-
it could be a teacup pig jumping on a
It
chat.
could.
You seen
I
a
doubt it
teacup
is,
pig?
though.
Those things are cute.
Well, we are close to our time anyway.
We are.
And so I'm going to go ahead and let's just wrap things up for tonight.
Oh, Coles showed up. Hi, Coles.
Hi, Coles, right at the fucking end,
Fuck's
of
sake.
course. So anyway, thank you guys so very much for showing up. Really, really appreciate us. Please come back next week because we do this every Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Time here in the U.S. Thank you guys again. My name is Shosan. With me, an awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts. Mr. Pantherian, sir, would you please say goodnight?
Taco Salad Ham team is confused because he's in the cave and it's dark. The light's coming from outside and projecting images on the wall. And it's really just an allegory of a cave. It's not really a cave, Taco Salad Ham team. You should probably read up on your Socrates or Plato. Fuck, it's Plato, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So it's really the world outside. We only see a small snippet of the world. And we're
Jesus.
in the cave. And reality is outside the cave, and you need to break through to the real reality.
So I'm going to
me
cut you off
help
because
you. Help
Pantherian
me
can
help
Pantherian
you.
can wax intellectual all night. So we'll just move on. Mr. Runkley, please say goodnight, sir.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor, a culinary invention that baffles the human mind. A 12,000 calorie salad, ground beef, refried beans, guacamole, cheese, sour cream, and, if there is any room left, a few shreds of lettuce. Some may ask, is your taco salad healthy? Of course it is. It's a salad, isn't it?
I love those
Mr.
commercials.
Taco Salad Ham team.
Brilliant.
Trolls
All
are
right,
good
you guys.
for at least that. And Ron,
Final
I
word.
appreciate that was good on the spot. Were
That
you
was
writing
really
that?
good. All right, so for me, you guys, final countdown so far: $1,895,000.
It's almost 1 million.
100 and oh shit, it's climbing fast. Anyway, we're getting
Coles
close
wants a
to
toss of
almost
taco salad.
1.9 million. So anyway, you guys, thank you very, very much for joining us. Please feel free to go over to twitch.tv/ what the fuck are we doing?
Games
6
done
gaming
quick.
TV.
Games done quick. Thank
Oh,
you.
us
I will
too.
host it up.
Meds are kicking in. But yes, very,
Yeah,
very close to
podcast.
2 million. It's all going to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, brilliant cause. Please check out the final run. It is just getting ready to start up with Undertale. So
I also
Awesome.
just want to say we were briefly at 11 viewers tonight, so we gotta
very cool.
Keep it up.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you
friends.
guys very, very much for coming. We really appreciate it. Like I said, we're here every Saturday.
Thanks to
Have
a
Skin
lot of fun
Tape
with
for joining us the whole time, and Brucku for joining in.
Yep,
near the
and
end.
Taco Salad, of course.
And taco salad, of course.
And taco salad. So anyway, Mr. Ronkley, would you please, sir, take it away?
See you, bye.